Real estate wholesaling will soon have a required disclosure this month, effective September 21st. If you are new to this channel, my name is Awni. I am a real estate broker out here in the state of Arizona, bringing you that real estate knowledge and insight. And this channel is mainly about real estate, the local market, the housing market, and anyone who is interested in learning about buying, selling, investing in residential real estate. This is a great channel to learn what is happening in our town. I am in Phoenix, so if you have any questions about residential real estate, give me a call at 480-788-4118. Okay, so the Arizona Department of Real Estate received numerous calls and complaints from the public and from the real estate professionals related to the practice of unlicensed activity and wholesaling. I want to get right to this video because this law is coming, and it's coming this month. Over the past few years, the practice of wholesaling property generated complaints about deceptive sales tactics, predatory contracts, and clouding title to properties. Many have seen the signs and received unsolicited phone calls from individuals and companies offering to buy homes. I'm sure you have received these calls too. It's like nonstop nowadays, phone calls. Do you want to sell your house? Do you want to sell your house? Do you want to, you're receiving these phone calls, and some of them are even robocalls. Now, these individuals engaged in wholesaling are not required to hold a real estate license if they are not engaged in real estate brokerage activities under Arizona law. So representing a buyer or seller in a transaction for compensation. Wholesalers don't represent the buyer or seller in a wholesale transaction. So you might ask, what is real estate wholesaling then, right? Well, real estate wholesaling occurs when an individual or entity enters into a contract with a property owner and subsequently markets and sells their contractual interest in the property before closing through an assignment of that contract to another party for a fee. Assigning a contract is a way for a wholesaler buyer to transfer their rights to purchase or sell the property to another individual or entity. Should the property owner decline to sell the property per the terms of the contract, the wholesale buyer may record a lien or a cloud on the title after filing a lawsuit on the property. That said, a wholesale buyer cannot hold a transaction or property in limbo because they are not able to find a buyer. Rather, a wholesale buyer is the named buyer on the contract, and if that wholesale buyer fails to find a buyer and assign the contract by close of escrow, the wholesale buyer must complete the transaction per the terms of the contract or risk breaching the contract. Ladies and gentlemen, if you are currently working with or consider working with any wholesalers, or if you are working with investors who have language like assignment, assigning, and or assignees, you will often see this language in the contract specified on the contract on a home that you're either buying or selling, or maybe you feel confused or you're unsure what you are financially getting into. Please call me for professional real estate advice and consulting. Okay, my phone number is right here, 480-788-4118. I'd be happy to help you out there. If you like what you are hearing so far, just be sure to sub our channel. That way you could receive new notifications of new videos that may help you out, make some of those intelligent decisions when it comes to real estate investing. I'd love it for you to share it with your friends and family, or anybody, of course, if they need help buying or selling real estate. Go ahead and give us a call, or you can even hop on our website. There should be a link down below on our website, CENPHXLIVING.com, phoenixliving.com. All right, here's the new law. On September 24th of this month, it is called the HB 2747. Wholesale real estate buyers and disclosure will go into effect in Arizona, requiring real estate wholesalers and buyers to disclose in writing the fact that they are acting as a wholesale buyer or seller in any residential real estate property transaction. Pay very close attention to this section very carefully in this video, or you want to save this video for future reference. So, as written, disclosures will be required for a wholesale buyer when the individual or entity is entering into a purchase contract for residential real estate as the buyer and assigns that same contract to another person or entity. Disclosure will be required for a wholesale seller when an individual or entity enters into a purchase contract for residential real estate as the seller who does not hold legal title to that real property and who then assigns the same property to another person or entity. Allows a seller to cancel the contract for sale at any time prior to the close of escrow without penalty and retain any earnest money paid by that wholesale buyer if the wholesale buyer violates the disclosure requirement. Also allows the buyer to cancel the contract for sale at any time prior to the close of escrow without penalty as well if the seller violates the disclosure requirement. Requires the buyer to be refunded all earnest money paid if the buyer cancels the contract for the wholesale seller violating the disclosure requirement. The law requires this disclosure to occur in writing and before entering into a binding agreement with another party. Real estate licensees engaged in wholesaling must remember that disclosure of the fact that they hold a real estate license is also required under Arizona Administrative Code. Specifically, a real estate agent or broker shall not act or indirectly or directly in a transaction without informing the other parties in the transaction in writing and before the parties of a present or prospective interest or conflict in the transaction, including that the salesperson or broker has a license and is acting as a principal. Arizona's approach is requiring wholesalers to disclose their interest in the property so that the homeowner can make an informed decision, serves to increase transparency to buyers and sellers that enter into wholesale real estate transactions. The department reminds the public to file complaints for the department to investigate if you believe a violation of these disclosures, provisions, or any rule of the law are occurring. If you need help with this and have been affected by this, please call me and I will guide you through what you need to do to file your complaints. We help people buy, sell, invest in real estate, and we also help landlords too. If you are having troubles finding a quality renter into your home, please give us a call at 480-788-4118. I hope this information is of value to you. And again, if you like it, please sub the channel. If you have any questions, give me a call. And yeah, enjoy. And I'll be back with the housing market update because things are getting really shaky. And that's going to be in my next video to come. So thanks for watching. Have a good one.